Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we're in Pewter City. If we try to go east here, this guy is going to tell us that, well, why don't we do it? It plays special music. Yeah, we have to beat Brock and get the Pewter City Gym badge. This game is doing this all on its own. I did find my notebook of other, of all my other Nuzlocks, so continuing my Nuzlocking history. After having my first successful Nuzlocke after 6 attempts, or 6 different Nuzlocks, I should say. It wasn't all 6 attempts on the same game. But first successful Nuzlocke was Y. Then attempt number 7, I did Fire Red, actually, and I chose Bulbasaur. And this ended up being successful. Hi there. Yeah, I wanna dream big. Not here to lose. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm gonna bop to the top. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay, you can skip this guy, but I don't like skipping trainers. In fact, 10,000 light years from facing Brock, is like, no, he's right in front of me. But kind of like the whole phrase, you missed me by a mile or something. You probably didn't miss by a whole mile, but I think it's one of those types of metaphors, so I'm not going to bash him too much. Geodude here is a rock and ground type, which means rock and ground are both weak to grass, so this is going to do 4 times the normal damage, and we'll slaughter him. Yeah, this is not going to be a challenge at all. Bulbasaur's going to get a couple levels here. Oh, and he's got a Sandshrew. That's just a ground type, but he has low special defense, so this should still take care of him. Oh, well. Defense, that doesn't matter. Grass is a special attack, so yeah, you're dead. Will 7 Vine Whips be enough to beat Brock? Yes. Yes, it will. Light years isn't time, it measures this. Yeah. He was using light years this time, but either way, it doesn't matter. So, you're here. Yes, I'm here. Uh-huh. Yep. I'm going to talk about my Fire Red Nuzlocke and how successful it was after this. We're not going to interrupt gym battles for this. And there's Brock. In this generation, he's wearing a shirt, so that's a good thing. And he has a level 12 Geodude that dies horribly. I like this music as well. I liked it in the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, too. It's one of those classic Pokemon themes. And he has an Onix, and when you first see this thing as a kid, it's a giant rock snake Pokemon. It is massive. In original Red and Blue, it takes up, much more of the screen, and it looks very intimidating. And it can be if you chose Charmander, but if you have Bulbasaur or Squirtle, you can hit it for 4 times super effective damage. It has Bind. I don't care. Because in this game, Bind doesn't, make it so you can't take any actions, so it's not as detrimental as it was in Gen 1. There's a lot of things wrong with Gen 1, actually. Now that we have a level 14 Bulbasaur. Yay, the Boulder Badge! Oh, lets us use Flash. Okay. And we got a nice chunk of money from him as well. And we get a TM. TMs, yeah, like Trock is saying, it can teach Pokemon a new move. However, prior to Gen 5 games, a TM is only good for 1 use. In terms of Nuzlocking, I like that because it makes it so you have to think carefully about where and when you're going to spend that TM, because if your Pokemon dies, well then, you used up that TM as well. Isn't there an item up here we can get? It shows how often I actually come up. There might be a hidden item on the ground. They do have those in these games, but I'm not going to care too much about that. Okay, well, we're going to go back and heal up, and we're going to put Sparrow up front here. Because we've got some more trainer battles to do. Including one of my favorite trainers in all of the Pokemon games. Oh, I like this kid that's coming up. It made me laugh first time I saw it as a kid and saw what he says. And there's some references, I believe there's references to him in other Pokemon games just because of how much attention this kid got for his silly saying. So yeah, TMs in Generation 5 and onward are kind of cheapened. As an overall grand scheme of Pokemon, I like the fact that TMs can be multiple use. HMs can be multiple use. We'll be getting those. Oh, we got running shoes now. Yay! Now when we hold the B button, we can run. But we still can't run like inside buildings and that, which is lame. Oh, there's letter attach. Yeah, running shoes are new in Gen 3. Yay! Yay! There's what's-her-face. We can't get to the grass yet, so we have to battle some trainers to get there. Actually, I was looking the other direction. You looked at me. Who cares if it... Who cares who looks at you? It's Janice. Oh, I hope you try to use Sand Attack. Because you don't want me looking at you. Oh, no, you're going to use Gust. Okay. We're going to have to run back to the Poke Center after that critical hit. Nuzlocke will do that to you. Pidgey, we're still good. Even if we take another... if we take another critical hit, we might be good. Yeah, we're good. We are going to go back and heal up, though. Because I do want to train Sparrow through this part. Just because Bulbasaur's already ahead on levels. And we're technically doing this with 2 Pokemon right now. Until we capture some more things. Because I don't care to train up 2 flying types. I know we have a Pidgey in the PC, but I don't want to train 2 flying types. Because I'm not going to keep 2 flying types active on my team. At least not 2 normal and flying types. So yeah, TMs, I like overall from like a competitive standpoint or just Pokemon in general standpoint that TMs can be infinite use. But for Nuzlocke, I prefer them to be one-time use, but when I Nuzlocke Gen 5 and onward games, I don't impose that sort of rule on myself at all. Alright, we have more Caterpies and Weedles here. Leftovers from the Viridian Forest. And Sparrow can just take them down very easily. Always a good thing. Another Caterpie. These things could be Butterfrees and Beedrills right now, but they're not. Yeah, evolved Pokemon will also give you more, beat you again. That was the first time I... Never mind. Is it this kid? I think it is this kid. Hi, I like shorts. They're delightfully comfy and easy to wear. They added the word delightfully in this game. Gen 1, it was just they're comfy and easy to wear. It's like, why is this kid telling you that he likes shorts? They're comfy and easy to wear when... You know, you're talking about getting into a Pokemon battle here. Hey, let's battle Pokemon. I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. I just laughed the first time I saw that. Although, I do have to agree with this youngster here. I do like shorts. In fact, I'm wearing shorts right now. Ooh, that hurt. Okay. That was painful. We're going to have to go... He did use... Ekans. I don't want to fight Ekans. Oh, and Ekans has Intimidate, so yeah, that when a Pokemon with Intimidate enters the battle, it lowers the physical attack of the opposing Pokemon. It's a very nice ability. Okay, this is getting ridiculous here. Leech Seed this thing. Ekans is a poison type, so it's going to resist... Oh, dear. It's going to resist our grass attacks, but it still might end up being more hurt by our grass attacks than by tackle. Just because grass does get a stab boost with Bulbasaur, stab being an acronym for same type attack bonus. So if we use an attack that has the same type as our Pokemon, we get, I believe it's... Is it a 50% boost or is it a 25% boost? I think it's 50%. Okay, tackle's still better. Because it's getting resisted. His wrap is over, so that's... Well, we can say that's a wrap now. Oh, Youngster Ben. I don't believe it. In Gen 1, these people didn't have names. They were just like, Youngster wants to battle you. But yeah, in this game, it's Youngster Ben. And with our zippity-doo-dah-day shoes, we can get back to the Pokemon Center really quickly. Oh yes, so Fire Red Nuzlocke, that was successful. I did have Bulbasaur as my starter, and I had I had a team of 6 for the Elite Four. I did train up a 6th Pokemon like just before the Elite Four, just because I wanted a little bit more type diversity. I'm not going to go into what Pokemon I had on my team, because I do want to recreate a little bit of that magic. But I had a total of 7 deaths in that run, and 5 of them were during the Elite Four. So I only had 1 Pokemon that ended up surviving all the way through the championship battle. And that was kind of crazy, kind of intense. And I'm not going to tell you who that Pokemon is, but I do hope we get one in this game. And I will reveal who that Pokemon is later on in this game, but not now. Not now. This bug catcher Greg here, he has a lot of Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon that just die to flying types. Yeah, they did make a ton of minor changes, mostly positive changes, since the previous, first and second generation. For instance, the move Gust in Generation 1 was originally a normal type move. It was not a flying type move. And they changed that in Gold and Silver, in Generation 2, to be a flying type move. So that was very nice. But I did, in my previous Fire Red Nuzlocke, I did have a Venusaur on my final team that I took into the Elite Four. So yeah, the Bulbasaur did survive. In fact, a pattern that I've noticed with myself in these Nuzlockes and my starters is if I can get my starter to survive until its final evolution, it'll probably make it to the Elite Four. But otherwise, my starters are like most at risk for dying when they're in their first or second stage evolution. That's where I've had a lot of starters die. Also looking through here, I don't think there's been too many times where I've chosen the water starter. We're facing a Nidoran. Oh, yes. That's what I was going to discuss. A strategy for Brock, if you're playing yellow, or if you're playing, or like if you chose Charmander as your starter in either Generation 1 or 3. If you go west of Viridian City, there is a chance that you could capture a Nidoran male or female. Not in red or blue, but in yellow you can, and in these remakes, Fire Red and Leaf Green, you can. And they will, if you train them up, they will end up getting double kick, which is a fighting type move, which is also good against rock types. I don't trust my Sparrow's defense, especially after the hit it took, so we're going to go back and refill. That's kind of what a lot of Nuzlocking is going back and refilling and just playing with caution. This is one of the tactics you want to use when you Nuzlocke, just to, if you want your Pokemon to survive, you know? Alright. Hopefully we'll get to Mount Moon today, and we can get some new encounters and see what we can capture and what we're going to care to use and what we're going to just throw away. Actually... Hey, you're not wearing shorts. I am wearing shorts. Oh, Ash in the game isn't wearing shorts. Okay. Again, shorts kid, youngster Calvin. I don't know what the... Oh my gosh, that is a level 14 Sparrow. Let's Leer and lower his defense. Okay, we are faster. That's not productive. I know this doesn't have perfect accuracy, but multi-hit move, if we can get more than 2 hits, it would probably be better. Yeah, let's try it again. It could get 2 to 5 hits, but mostly... Okay, there we go, 3. That's also more chances you have of getting a critical hit as well, which is why I went with the Fury attack there. Yeah, that guy can be scary, especially if you have Bulbasaur. You know, I've played through the original Red, Blue, Yellow, and even this game just so many times that I should have most of this stuff memorized, at least significant portions of this game pretty well memorized. Back in Red and Blue, I remember when Pokemon first came out, and I ended up getting a VHS tape in the mail, like months before Pokemon came out in the US. Something to do with my Nintendo Power subscription, I'm sure. And it was like this 15-minute video about introducing us to Pokemon and how there were 15 different types and how the types work in like this big rock, paper, scissors train, and how there's, you know, fire beats grass and grass beats water and water beats fire, and they introduced the starters to us, and I was so hyped for that, and I learned it was a turn-based RPG, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome, and I had watched that video so many times. Are you supposed to be a trainer? I didn't realize you were supposed to move. I never remember you moving before. Last Robin, a Jigglypuff. This is the first Jigglypuff we're seeing. Let's lower its attack. I believe the Fury attack gets 3 attack. Oh, gosh. If Fury attack hits 3 times, it'll do more damage than what a Peck would have done. Of course, we can't get that, so... Yeah, we're encountering level 14 Pokemon now. And they're dangerous. And this is the other reason I don't... Yeah, okay. That's the other reason I don't care to use, Oh, what, really? Cute Charm? Now I have like a 50% chance of not acting... Okay, we gotta get out of here. This Jigglypuff, I swear... I do like how the sleep mechanics were changed. In Gen 1, if you were put to sleep, you would have no action the turn that you wake up. Sleep becomes very abusive in Gen 1. I mean, in general, it's very abusive, but in Gen 2 and onward, the turn that we wake up from sleep, provided, you know, that ever happens, Bulbasaur will make an action that same turn. Thank you. Gosh, that Jigglypuff. Oh hey, Sparrow's now higher level than Bulbasaur. Nice. That's it. Yep, that's it. You lost. Okay, let's get our capture here. I should probably get filled up, but there's a there will be a thing ahead. So yeah, and I've played through the Pokemon games so many times. We already have this, so duplicates clause. Actually, I don't even know if there's anything new we can really get on Route 3. We might be able to get a Jigglypuff. Why did I even spend my time killing that? I don't know, it's because I'm talking. I do believe my first starter choice ever in a Pokemon game was Bulbasaur in the original Blue. I remember looking at the exclusive Pokemon that you would get. I mean, Red and Blue, basically, you know, 98% the same game. There's just a few version exclusive Pokemon that you might get the chance to have between the two different games. And when I first... Yeah. Okay, we'll just not get an encounter here. It's fine. It'll be fine. These people are not trainers. The Boulder Badge. Yeah, I beat Brock. Now, there might be a hidden item we can get on one of these boulders. I could also just be imagining things, too. I'm imagining things. It's okay. I like to imagine things sometimes. One thing we can do is there is a guy here. Not this guy. This guy. He's a salesman, and he has a deal, a secret Pokemon, Magikarp, for $500. And I remember buying this for $500 when I first played this game, because I'm like, you're going to give me a Pokemon, and I can spend money and get a Pokemon. And then I looked at the Pokemon, I'm like, okay, it's a Magikarp. It's a water type, and it has Splash, which does absolutely nothing. It doesn't do any damage, it doesn't boost any stats, it does absolutely nothing. However, if you train this Magikarp to level 15, it will learn Tackle, so then it can actually start to fight stuff back. It'll still be very weak. So yeah, you'll have to switch train it. And a lot of times I would actually do that, especially around this area in the original, you know, Red, Blue, Yellow. And I would, this is one of those gift Pokemon I told you about that was going to be like a guaranteed water encounter. And at level 20, Magikarp evolves into a Gyarados, which is a really, really strong Pokemon. We're going to put Rattata up front. Do I need Rattata up front? Yeah, we better. We'll go into Mount Moon here. Do be mindful of trainers. There's all sorts of trainers with all sorts of different Pokemon. And our first encounter is going to be a Zubat. I don't really want to use a Zubat here, because it's a poison flying type. We already have, you know, a poison type with Bulbasaur and a flying type with, what's its face? I am going to catch it, though, just in case I ever do want to use it. Spearow. Yeah, that's my flying type. Now, in Gen 2, Golbat, Zubat's evolution, did get another evolution called Crobat. However, you cannot get Crobat in this game until basically after you beat the Elite Four. If I could get a Crobat, I would consider using it, but I'm not going to use a Golbat unless I am... Ooh, Bullet Seed. That's not a great move, but it could help us slaughter the next gym leader even quicker than Vine Whip could. I can go back out and just deposit this. I'm not going to deposit anything. We're going to get into a fight with the Zubat. Oh, we'll run from this one. I was hoping to get a Geodude here, but clearly that's just not going to happen. That's okay. Do I still need Rattata? Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Rattata around just a little bit. I know some Nuzlockers, they would just, you know, use every Pokemon that they capture and keep a team of 6 and train them a lot. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna use, you know, multiples of same types, especially like this. We'll just wait till we get something else. We will get something else eventually. Eventually. But for the types that we have, there shouldn't be too many tough battles in Mount Moon here. Other than this Clefairy. Yeah, this trainer has a Clefairy that can be very nasty. Last Iris. Partly because it's level 14 and our Pokemon are kind of around that level. But we're going to start by Leech Seeding it, and this Clefairy can use Sing. It has a 55% chance of putting us to sleep, which is annoying. But Leech Seed will keep the damage flowing and keep our health up, so yeah, we'll be good. And we'll Vine Whip. Oh, nice critical there. Encore, so we're locked into using Vine Whip for the next 5 turns. That's fine, because I just want this Clefairy dead. If we would have been locked into Leech Seed, I'd be switching Bulbasaur right now. Because you can't stack Leech Seeds. And we'll Vine Whip. And there we go. That's another level for Bulbasaur. Yeah, I went a little bit quickly on it. Poison Powder. I'm not a big fan of Poison Powder, but we'll use that over Growl. I probably won't use Poison Powder. It's only got... Oh, Sleep Powder. I will use that one. Sleep Powder is really good. We're going to put Sleep Powder over Poison Powder, because I don't care to... You can only inflict one status at a time, or at least one status that would show up as a thing. So, like, you could stack Poison and Confusion, or Sleep and Confusion, or Paralysis and Confusion. That's actually a really annoying strategy. And Attract as well. But you can't stack, like, Poison and Sleep and Paralysis on each other. Those can't commingle. Okay, Sparrow, you get out in front. And we'll battle this guy, because this looks like a bug catcher who's going to be easy. Suspicious men are in the cave. Well, we'll have to learn more about these suspicious men next time, because we're only going to have enough time to beat bug catcher Kent here. And he won't take much, because he doesn't evolve his Pokemon. You know, some of these bug catchers, you know, they talk about how their Pokemon evolve early, and then their Pokemon are at the level, like that should be a Beedrill, and they're not evolving them. Just... whatever. Yeah, go ahead, use your Harden. And you're dead. Yes, I got you. Okay. Is there... yeah, there's an item up here. There's all sorts of items and trainers and different paths we can go on. Zubats here, you know, people say that Zubats are really super annoying in that, because they can cause confusion, they have Leech Life. Oh, Astonish is a Ghost-type move, and Sparrow's part normal, so that's why that didn't do anything. But honestly, I haven't had that big of an issue with Zubats. I mean, Supersonic has 55% chance of confusion. If it confuses, just switch out. There's the Geodude I wanted. I can't capture that. But we can kill it and get some experience for both my Pokemon here. Rattata's technically not on this team. Just so we're clear. I would have loved a Geodude. I actually had a Graveler that I took into the Elite Four. That was not the final Pokemon that ended up surviving. But you'll have to find out more about that later.